morning students. Welcome students to the 5th chapter of civics of standard 8th. The name of the chapter is state government. Now children, already in the last chapters we have studied about the nature of the union parliament, how it is functioning, and about the union executive, about the government, how it is functioning, that we have studied. And moreover we have also studied about the judicial system in India. So children, in this chapter we are going to study the government constituent states, or about the state government. Now in the federal system, the government exists at two levels: federal, that is the central government who works at the national level, and the state governments works at the regional or state level. Now we all know that India is having a federal system of government. So it means that the government that we are having, it is existing at two levels. So at the central government we are having at the national level, and state government that we are having in each different states we are having. So state governments are there in each and every states at the regional level. Now we will be studying about the background, why this federal system was necessary in our country. Now India has a large geographic expanse with a multicultural population. Now children, we all know India's geographic expanse is very much large. Along with that, in our country we see that there are people those who are following different traditions, cultures, religions, speaking different languages. So here multicultural population we are having in our country. So there is a diversity in the language, religion, ways of life, and regional characteristics. So people speak different languages, they are following different religions, their lifestyle is different, and moreover the regional characteristics, features of each and every region is also different. So it will not have been possible to govern from a centralized place. Therefore the constitution has adopted a federal setup for India. So it was decided to form the states on the basis of language. Accordingly, linguistic reorganization of states took place. So yes, children, so we studied, no, so their different cultures are followed by the people, traditions are there, religions are there, regional characteristics is also different. So because of that, what will happen, the central government, no, it will not be possible for the central government to look over all these matters. So for that purpose only the constitution has adopted a federal setup for India. So that here the states were created on the basis of the language, and accordingly linguistic reorganization of states took place. So states came to be created on the basis of the language. For example, see, in our Maharashtra only, so here different regions we are having, people of different religious groups we can see. So here this Maharashtra government, no, it is their duty to look after the needs of the people, to bring about the development of the regions. Now the nature of the government machinery in all states of India is same. So here the functioning government machinery in all everywhere it is same throughout India. However, Jammu and Kashmir is exception. So earlier पहले ये था, but now it is same for Jammu and Kashmir. जैसे 2019 में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था ना, इट वाज डिक्लेयर्ड जम्मू एंड कश्मीर लद्दाख टू यूनियन टेरिटरी. ये जम्मू एंड कश्मीर स्टेट को it has been changed into union territory. So then दो नए न्यू यूनियन टेरिटरी बन गए थे. कौन से? जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, और लद्दाख को भी सेपरेट कर दिया. तो लद्दाख वाज आल्सो गिवन द नेम एज एन यूनियन टेरिटरी. So let us now study the governments in states in with reference to Maharashtra. So we will be studying about the state government of Maharashtra, how it is functioning. Now children, और पहले क्या था, 20 यहाँ पे दिया ना 29 constituent states we are having, but now we are, how many states we are having? 28 states. In our country we are having 28 states and 8 union territories. 8 union territories क्यों हो गया है? क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो दमन एंड दीव, इट किस में हो गया? दमन, दीव, दादरा नगर हवेली, ऑल आर इंक्लूडेड वन, सब एक बन गए हैं. तो इसकी वजह से वी आर हैविंग 28 states and 8 union territories. So we are going to study about the state legislature. Now likely the parliament at the central level, every state has its own legislature. So at the central level, so same way here states, no, they are having their own legislature, but only 7 states in India have 2 houses. So in throughout India 7 states है जिनके कितने हैं houses है? 2 houses are there, that is bicameral legislatures. So Maharashtra has a bicameral legislature. So in our Maharashtra also we are having bicameral legislature, that is 2 houses are there. So the member of the state legislatures are known as members of legislative assembly or MLA, or members of legislative council they are that is short form क्या दिया है, MLC. So 2 houses are there. क्या है, state legislature and legislative council, both are there. Now we will be studying about the legislature of Maharashtra. Legislature of Maharashtra has 2 houses, namely Vidhan Sabha, Legislative Assembly, and Vidhan Parishad that we are having, that is called as the Legislative Council. So Maharashtra में क्या है, Vidhan Sabha is also there and Vidhan Parishad is also there. So first we will be studying about the Vidhan Sabha. Now this is the first house of the Maharashtra legislature and comprises of 288 members. So in the Vidhan Sabha, how many members we are having? 288 members. In case there is inadequate representation from the Anglo-Indian community, the governor nominates one member from this community in the Vidhan Sabha. So if there is no representation, there is no representation of the Anglo-Indian community, so the governor is having the right to nominate one member from this community in the Vidhan Sabha. Some seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes also. Maharashtra is divided into territorial constituencies for the purpose of election, and one member is elected from each of the constituencies. So here in the Vidhan Sabha, reservation category is also there for whom? For the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. And Maharashtra afterwards, it is on the basis of territory, constituencies are created. These wards are formed for what purpose? For the elections, and one member is elected from each of the कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज. हर एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी कितने मेंबर इलेक्ट होते हैं? ओनली वन मेंबर. द टेन्योर ऑफ द विधानसभा इज ऑफ 5 years. तो वर्किंग पीरियड कितना है? ऑफ 5 years. However, in exceptional circumstances, elections can be held before the completion of 5 years. Means if anything in between, it is something is going to happen. So because of that, what will happen? New elections can be held before the completion of the 5 years. Any citizen residing in Maharashtra and who has completed 25 years of age can contest the elections to the Vidhan Sabha. So any citizen who is staying in Maharashtra and who has completed 25 years of age can contest. He can stand for the elections of the Vidhan Sabha. Next is the Speaker of the Vidhan Sabha. Now the proceedings of the Vidhan Sabha are carried out under the supervision and guidance of the Speaker. So all the work of the Vidhan Sabha, that is carried out under whom? Under the supervision and guidance of the Speaker. So the elected members of the newly constituted Vidhan Sabha elect the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Vidhan Sabha from among themselves. So from among themselves only, the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Vidhan Sabha is elected. The Speaker has many responsibilities which range from the power to prepare the orders of the business, to carry out the proceeding of the house in a disciplined manner, or to suspend members for misbehavior or misconduct. तो यहाँ पे जो स्पीकर है, what is the work done, what is the powers given to him, that to prepare the order of the business, to carry out the proceedings of the house, meetings of the house in a disciplined manner, or to suspend any members for his misbehavior. In absence of the speaker, the responsibility is taken over by the deputy speaker. So if the speaker is absent, the work is done by whom? By the deputy speaker. Maharashtra legislature conducts minimum 3 year sections in a year. So Maharashtra legislature, how many sections are conducted? 3 minimum sections are conducted. The budget section and the monsoon section is conducted in Mumbai, while the winter section is conducted in Nagpur. So in the budget section or monsoon section कहाँ पे होता है? It is conducted in Mumbai, while the winter section it is conducted in Nagpur. Now Vidhan Parishad, that is the legislative council. Now it is the second house of the Maharashtra legislature, and members are indirectly elected from the various sections of the society. So they are not directly, but they are indirectly elected by whom? By the various sections of the society. So there are 78 members in the Vidhan Parishad of Maharashtra. How many members are there here? In the Vidhan Parishad, 78 members. Of these, some of the members who are distinguished for personalities from the fields of literature, science, social service are nominated by the governor. Remaining representatives are elected by the members of Vidhan Sabha, local government institutions, teachers constituencies and graduate constituencies. See children, here the members, बोला गया ना, indirectly they are elected. So who is elected means from which field they are coming. here members can they are come taken from the literature, science, social service से, but इनको nominate कौन करता है? They are nominated by the governor. और remaining representatives no, they are elected by the members of the Vidhan Sabha. और local government institutions जो रहते हैं, they elect them from the teachers constituencies and graduate constituencies. द विधान परिषद इज नेवर फुल्ली डिसॉल्व. नाउ दिस विधान परिषद, जैसे कि हम लोगों ने वहाँ पे पढ़ा था अबाउट द, वहाँ पे कितने दिस विधानसभा के बारे में जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था. सो विधानसभा इट इज़ द वर्किंग फॉर द पीरियड ऑफ 5 years, बट विधान परिषद है ना फुल्ली डिसॉल्व नहीं होता है. सो ये स्पेसिफिक नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स रिटायर एवरी 2 years. तो यहाँ के जो मेंबर्स है आफ्टर एवरी 2 years दे आर retiring, and this vacant जो उनके vacant seats है they are filled again by conducting fresh elections for those seats. Now the proceedings of the Vidhan Parishad are conducted under the control and guidance of the chairman. So ये जो proceedings है, meetings वगैरह जो होता है, so they are conducted under the whom, under the control and guidance of the chairman of the Vidhan Parishad. In absence of the chairman, the deputy chairman take over the responsibility. So if the chairman is absent, so the work will be done by whom? The deputy chairman. Next is the executive of Maharashtra. Now executive that is the working body जो रहते हैं, तो यहाँ पे कौन है? The governor, chief minister and the council of ministers. So they are together, they are forming the executive of Maharashtra. So first will be the governor. The president is the nominal head of the central, while the governor is the nominal head at the state level. जैसे कि central level पे we are having what? We are having the president है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स है और उनके मिनिस्टर्स है. सो सेम वे यहाँ पे स्टेट्स पे भी कौन होता है? गवर्नर, चीफ मिनिस्टर एंड द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर. सो प्रेसिडेंट जैसे नॉमिनल के नाम से के लिए होते हैं, सेम वे यहाँ पे गवर्नर इज ऑल्सो फॉर द नेम सेकोनी, नॉमिनल हेड ऑफ द स्टेट लेवल. गवर्नर इज अपॉइंटेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट. सो हु इज अपॉइंटिंग द गवर्नर ऑफ द स्टेट्स? President is appointing, and holds the office during the pleasure of the president. The governor also enjoys certain legislative powers. Some legislative powers are also given to the governors. For example, जैसे the bill passed by the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad are converted into laws after receiving the assent of the governor. So whichever the bills, जो भी bills वहाँ पे discuss होते हैं विधान सभा and विधान परिषद में, so these bills no, they can be converted. वो law तभी बनेंगे only after receiving the assent. Assent means approval of the governor. The governor has the right to summon the section of the state legislature. He is having the right. He can call the session of the state legislature. Long when the legislature is not in session but the need arises to make the law, then the governor can issue an ordinance for the same. So अगर legislature section नहीं हो रहा है and during that time if there is a need कुछ नया law बनाना है, so the governor he can issue an ordinance. एक ordinance pass कर सकते हैं for making the new law. Next is chief minister and the council of ministers. The leader of the majority party in legislative assembly becomes the chief minister. So जो भी leader मतलब majority party they are winning the elections. So the majority party in the legislative assembly उन्हीं का कौन होता है? From that only the one person becomes the chief minister. The chief minister includes his or her trustworthy colleagues in the council of ministers. So after becoming the chief minister, जो उनके colleagues रहेंगे जो उनके पार्टी के, so from them only he is going to make his council of ministers. Like the prime minister who is the executive head of the union, the chief minister is the head of the state. Means at the central level executive head कौन होता है? Prime minister. Same way at the state level chief minister is the executive head of the state. The government of the state is run in the name of the governor, but in reality the administration is carried out by the chief minister. मतलब जो states की जो भी functioning होती है, government जो काम करती है, all the work is done in the name of whom? In the name of the governor. But all the administration work who is going to carry out? The chief minister. He is going to do all the work. Next is the functions of the chief minister. What are the functions of the chief minister? So first is the creation of a state executive. Now after approving the majority, the chief minister forms his or her own council of ministers. Means after bringing the majority, after showing the majority, जब majority आ जाती है, so afterwards the chief minister know what he is doing. He or she is going to form his own council of ministers. So now this is a challenging task because in order to make the council more representative, various regions and social groups, that is scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward class women and minorities have to be accommodated. Now this task is very challenging. Why it is called? Because इसमें जो representatives include होते हैं, council of ministers जो बनता, the posts which are given, so in that representatives from various regions and social groups has to be included. For example जैसे कि scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other OBC, other backward class से भी होनी चाहिए, women and minorities, they have to be accommodated. Accommodated means they should also be given the place. If no party secures a clear majority, different parties come together to form the government. और इलेक्शंस होते हैं एंड इन दैट इलेक्शन इज नन ऑफ द पार्टी इज गोइंग टू गेट द मेजोरिटी, किसी के पास मेजोरिटी नहीं है. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, दिस डिफरेंट पार्टीज नो दे कम टुगेदर एंड दे आर फॉर्मिंग द गवर्नमेंट. So in such case the chief minister has to perform the difficult task of giving a place to all the constituent parties in the alliance. So जब ऐसे केसेस होते हैं जहाँ पे मतलब कोई भी पार्टी मेजोरिटी में नहीं आती है, सो एट दैट टाइम नो different parties they come together and they are forming the government. So at that time the work will be difficult for the chief minister, because he has to give place to all the constituent parties, which are means they have whichever the different parties they have come together, so all should get a place. So that is one of the difficult tasks. Next is the distribution of the portfolios. Now after the formation of the council of ministers, the chief minister has to distribute the portfolios among the ministers. So second function क्या है, that is the distribution of the portfolios. So after the जब council of ministers form हो जाते हैं, so the chief minister he has to distribute the portfolios among the ministers. जो उनके ministers होते हैं उनको work दिया जाता है कौन से field में, which post will be given to them. Now while distributing the portfolios, no, the chief minister now he should be he has to consider the political experience, means he has to see where the person who is going to get that position, no, so he is well experienced or not, he is having a good political experience or not, administrative skill is there of that person or not, awareness of the public opinion, मतलब उसको the person जिसको जो post मिलेगी वो aware होना चाहिए about the public opinion, and more important thing, leadership quality should be there. So all these factors has to be considered by whom, by the chief minister while distributing the portfolios. Next is coordination between the ministers and departments. The chief minister along with his council of ministers are collectively responsible to the legislative assembly. So here regarding the legislative assembly functioning, no, who is responsible? Chief ministers along with his council of ministers. Just chief minister bears the ultimate responsibility of the efficient administration, means the administration how it is going on, smoothly it is functioning. So whose duty is that to bring the smooth functioning? Chief minister का responsibility होता है. Absence of cooperation and coordination between the departments can affect the working of the government. If sometimes what happen, ministers के बीच में और department मतलब जो उनके अलग अलग departments है, if there is no coordination between them, so what will happen? It is going to affect the functioning of the government. Therefore, the chief minister has to resolve conflicts, so if between the department and ensure that they work towards the same goal in the same direction. So if sometimes what happens, अगर कोई conflicts arise होता है between the departments, so that conflicts no. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स मतलब झगड़ा मतलब इन बिटवीन द इट इज डिफरेंसेस कुछ अराइज होता है उन लोग के बीच में, सो द चीफ मिनिस्टर ही हैज टू इंटरफेयर देयर एंड ही हैज टू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम so that they can come together, they can work together for the same goal in the same direction. Next is the leadership of the state. Now just as the prime minister leads the country, the chief minister leads the state. So जैसे कि national level पे prime minister is leading the country now, so the at the state level the chief minister is leading the state. The chief minister has to make new policies by taking note of problems and concerns of people and work towards the welfare of the people of the state. So the chief minister, what he is doing, depending upon the people's conditions, he has to take the problems of the people under notifications, notice करना चाहिए, and based on that only new policies has to be implemented for the people. That will means that will be beneficial for the people, and the chief minister should work for the welfare of the people of the state. The people look at the chief minister as a problem solver, क्योंकि लोग means people they are voting and they because of that only means the chief minister he is getting that position because of the whom, because of the people. So people they see that means if this person मतलब उन लोग पार्टी जो भी पार्टी को वोट देते हैं क्यों वोट देते हैं, because they think that when that party will come into power he or she is going to solve the problem. The chief minister intervenes any issues facing the state and comforts the people. So chief ministers, if any issues are there, issue of the state problem face कर रहा है, so the chief minister he is going to interfere in that and he is going to solve that. Maharashtra is one of the progressive states in India. The state leads in sectors like education, industry, service sector, health and social security. तो महाराष्ट्र स्टेट क्या है? इट इज़ अ प्रोग्रेसिव स्टेट. सो हमारा स्टेट किस में लीड करता है? एजुकेशन में आगे, इंडस्ट्री, सर्विस सेक्टर, हेल्थ एंड सोशल सिक्योरिटी. सो टेरर अटैक्स एंड नक्सली प्रॉब्लम, that is Naxali movements active in certain regions, are two major challenges facing the state of the Maharashtra. So Maharashtra states, which are the two challenges that they are faced in Maharashtra? एक है terror attack, terrorism, one of the biggest problem that not only Maharashtra but the whole world it is facing that problem. And the Naxali movement, that is the left wings extremist का जो movements है ना, so ये महाराष्ट्र के कुछ regions में active है. Because of that means that are the two major challenges that has to be solved. So children, we have in this chapter we have studied about the Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad and how they are functioning and how the chief minister he is functioning. So children, hope you have understood the chapter. Thank you.